Hey y'all, welcome to Cookies Crochet Co. Where today we're going to be working on the Grinch. And if you want, you can go over to my other video on Jack Skellington, where on there I show you how to do the wreath and the little bow tie, but I'm just going to be making the Grinch for this video. So, what you're going to need is green yarn, a stitch marker, I prefer this way, a yarn needle, a size 4.25 or G millimeter hook. They come in different sizes in different brands, so 4.25 is what I'm using. Felt cut into the shape of teardrops. I went on Google and I just traced the teardrops I liked on a piece of paper and then cut it. And lastly, we are going to be using stuffing. Oh, and a little bit of black yarn for the face, or you can use thread. So let's jump right in. We're going to be creating a magic circle or magic ring. If you're not familiar with this, you can chain 2 and go from there. But magic ring, I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet 6 times into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pull the ring nice and tight. Okay, for round 2, we are going to single crochet over this yarn, but into the first single crochet that we made, we are going to single crochet 2, if it'll get in there. There's 1 and 2. And you're going to single crochet 2 into each one all the way around for a total of 12. I'm going to use my stitch marker after this one and be right back for round 3. Round 3, we are going to single crochet 1, single crochet into the very first stitch, and 2 into the next stitch, if I can get it in there, because I crochet kind of tight. But we want this tight so our stuffing won't come out. So there's 1, and there's 2. Pulling more yarn. I'm going to go ahead and place my stitch marker into the very first one. And you're going to continue this pattern all the way around. 1 single, 2 singles, all the way around for a total of 18 single crochets. And okay, round 3 is now complete, and you should have your tail disappeared by now. So round 4, we are going to single crochet 1 single crochet into the first 2 stitches. So there's 1 and 1. We're placing our stitch marker into the very first single crochet, and into your next stitch you're going to place 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and repeat that pattern all the way around for a total of 24 single crochets, and we'll move on to round 5. We'll meet you back for round 4. Okay, round 4 is now complete with a total of 24 single crochets. Round 5, this is going to be our last increase row. You're going to single crochet 3, well, 1 into the next, 1 into the next, 1 into the next, 3 singles and 3 single crochets, and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. So now you should have a total of 5, and counting back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put it in this way and repeat that pattern all the way around. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, all the way around to your stitch marker for a total of 30 single crochets. Be right back with round 6. Round 5 is now complete with a total of 30 single crochets, and for round 6 we're just going to single crochet all the way around. You're placing our stitch marker, and you're going to do that until you get to round 13. So this is going to be round 6, and you're going to do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 7, did I count right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 7 rounds of 30 single crochets, and I will meet you back at the stitch marker. Alright, at the end of round 20, round 12, need more coffee. At the end of round 12, you should still have a total of 30 single crochets. And on round 13, we're going to start the cheeks. And instead of pulling my stitch marker out this time, or my version of it, I'm just going to put it over this way. So in case I have to do this again, I'll have my stitch marker in from the previous row. But this is going to start the cheeks. So for round 13, we're going to single crochet into the next 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets over the next 6 stitches. So I'm just going to count to 12 because I'm going to go 1, 2 into the first. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So 2 into 6, we have 12 and 5. Now we're going to single crochet over the next 8 stitches, 1 in each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to do what we did before, 2 into the next 6 for a total of 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now you should have 5 single crochets remaining. Single crochet in each of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I'm going to go back and count to make sure mine is correct, to make sure I have a total of 42 single crochets, and I will be right back. So somewhere along the way, I skipped a stitch, but I went back and redone my work. I didn't give you the wrong pattern, I gave you the right one. I just skipped, so I went back and corrected that. So now 42 stitches. For round 14, we're going to single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to count back and replace my stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm trying my best not to keep going off camera here. See if that'll be better. Okay, single crochet into the next stitch. So 1 single crochet. So now we have 6. Oh, I'm sorry, 5, and then 1 into this stitch, 2 into this stitch, because this is going to be a pattern, and we're going to do that 6 times. So there's 1, and then I'm going to go 2, 2, 2. Even though that's 3, that's just how I do to keep count. So 1 into the next for 3, and 2 here. So 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, and our last one, I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to single crochet into the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And see how all those stitches makes the cheeks puff out. Oops, I got things falling over here. Okay, now we're going to single crochet 2 into the next, and then 1 backwards, opposite of what we did. So there's 1 and 2 into that next stitch, and 1 into the next. And we have to do this for a total of 6 times. So I'm going to count again the same way I did before. So that's 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, and for the last, I'm going to count 1, 2, and 3, because I'm not saying that number 3 times in a row on the last one. So now we should have 5 single crochets left, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yay! So, yeah. It looks like a cool little hat if you turn it upside down. Just random. So, now you should have a total of 54 stitches all the way around to complete round 14. Now for rounds 15 through 19, we're just going to single crochet in each round. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Making sure. So for the next 5 rounds, make sure you put your stitch marker in every time so you don't lose count. And we're going to single crochet all the way around for those next 5 rows, 54 single crochets. And I will meet you back at the stitch marker for round 20. Okay, round 19 is now complete. Moving on to round 20, we're going to single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Counting back, replacing my stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to do a pattern, single crochet and 2 together into the next stitch, and we're going to do this for a total of 6 times. So I'm counting out loud. Sorry if that bothers you. You can turn the volume down, mute it, fast forward. So there's 1 and 2 together. So that's 1. Here's 2. 2 together, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and the last one, and 6. And I've got notification things going off everywhere. So now that we have this part complete, we're going to single crochet into the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to work that same pattern that we did previous backwards with the 2 together, but we're going to do it opposite. Instead of 1 single crochet, we're going to single crochet 2 together first. So that's 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, and our last 2 together and 1 single crochet. Now we should have 5 single crochets left over, so we're just going to 5 single crochet into those last 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you should have a total of... Okay, I have no idea what the fuss was about, so moving right along. Round 21, I'm moving our stitch marker. We're going to single crochet into 5 single wait, single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, replacing our stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are going to single crochet 2 together 6 times. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and the last 6. Okay, now we are going to single crochet 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and single crochet together 6 times again. Whoop, I almost did regular crochet together, single crochet 2 together. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6. And notice whenever I'm going around, I'm kind of pinching it together just to make it easier for me. And in the last, we are going to single crochet into the last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you should have a total of 30 single crochets. And for round 22, I'm going to go off camera because round 22 is just single crochet all the way around for 30 single crochets, and I will meet you back at the stitch marker. Alright, round 22 is now complete. Moving on to round 23, we are going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Replacing our stitch marker. And I'm having a time here. And into the next 2, we're going to single crochet 2 together. So 1 and 2, and the next 1, 2, 3 single crochets. Took me a minute to remember how to do this and get it together. And single crochet 2 together, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. 3 single crochets, 2 together, 3 and 2 together, and at the end of the round you should have a total of 24 stitches. And I will meet you back for round 24 at the stitch marker. Okay, round 23 is now complete. Round 24, we are going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and place our stitch marker, and single crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and that makes 1. And we're going to repeat this pattern all the way around for a total of 18 stitches. So that's 2 and 2 together, 2 and 2 together, all the way around. And at the end of this round, go ahead and start stuffing your head. I know right now yours may look kind of like mine, but once it gets stuffed, it's going to fill out and you'll see that bell shape. Be right back. Okay, now that we've got our head pretty good and stuffed, keep your stuffing out because you'll probably want to stuff it a little more. Pulling out our stitch marker. And for round 25, we are just going to single crochet 2 together all the way around for a total of 12 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and put my stitch marker back in. 1, 2. I'm not going to do this on camera to bore you guys, but go all the way around. Whenever you finish with this, go ahead and finish stuffing if you haven't stuffed yours well enough. I'm just about there with mine. But stuff it and shape it. And I will be right back with our last round. Okay, round 24 is done. I've stuffed my head. Round 25, we're going to single crochet into the first, single crochet, and single crochet 2 together into the next. And we're going to repeat that pattern all the way around. And at the end of round 25, you should have a total of 12 stitches, and I'll be right back for our last round. Alright, round 26. This is our very last one. And we are going to simply single crochet, whoops, kind of hard to do the last one. 1, 2, okay, so single crochet 2 together 6 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 3. I know this is tight and it's hard to do. Do the best you can. I think this is 4. Yeah. 4. I could have used my stitch marker, but I'm not going to, obviously. That just wants to fight with me. It's hard getting in these last ones whenever it's so tight at the bottom. And I'm trying not to split my yarn, but if it does, I can live with that. And I think I may have gone over. Not sure, but that's okay, because we're going to sew in the end of this anyway, so cutting a long piece of string. But it's yarn. Yeah, I know it's yarn. I got a habit of calling it string a lot of times. Alright, pulling that all the way out. Now time for our stitch marker. If it'll want to thread up. It's a rainy day here and nothing wants to go my way. And how we're going to do this, go into the back of your next stitch all the way out. The next one, back loop, go in and pull that all the way out, and this is just going to tighten the end of it so there won't be any hole left. And I'm just going in and out on whatever one little stitch on the back I can find. And I think that should do it. Now going into my middle-ish, and I'm pulling through the side here, wherever I can find a place. Good deal. Cutting my yarn, give it a little squeeze, and it should pop. It should go right through, but it doesn't seem like it wants to, so there, now it's in there. Now shape it however till you're satisfied with how yours is shaped. And I always forget materials until I get there, so now you're going to want to take glue, because I forgot glue or a hot glue gun. However, take your eyes that you cut, place them on. I want mine to kind of go up, and you're going to put your yellow on here just like that. Make sure they're facing the right way. But anyway, get your eyes shaped the way that you want them shaped. I want the black to be in the middle showing. But anyway, I'll eventually get this done. If you have to trim yours, then I'm probably going to trim mine some, but that's how I want my eyes to go. The same as how I did on this one. And what you can do for the mouth and all, I'm going to go ahead and grab what I'm going to do. Just because I don't feel like messing with my black yarn because it's too aggravating. But for the black yarn, if you have the black yarn, you're going to kind of peel this and use that as thread, or do what I'm going to do and use it as thread. But I'm just going to go ahead and show you right quick, if that's possible for me to do anything quick. Threading my yarn up, I want it to be doubled, so it'll be a little bit thicker. Excuse me. Starting down here on the bottom, for the mouth, I'm going to go up just like that, and I'm going to go back down through here, but I'll take that back. I'm going to go through here, but this is where I want his little mouth to be. So this is going to create his little dimple, and then I'm going to come back over so it'll be covered and go down a little through there, come back up, so, and come back out of the same space that I started. And I'm going to keep doing that all the way over, let's see, here, and go all the way up to go ahead and start his dimple. Pulling our thread out, make the dimple here, and go all the way over to where this is. Pull that out, and I think I want his mouth to end somewhere over here, and that's going to be close enough for me. So before I lose my needle in here, I'm going to pull it somewhere back here out of any stitch, straighten that out. That's what my little guy's mouth is going to look like. Cut your yarn, or your string or whatever you chose to use. So now with my little stragglers I have left, this first one I'm going to rethread as I knock my camera around everywhere. I really don't like sewing. Rethread finally. And I'm going to go back into this first stitch and pull this somewhere over here on the side. Somebody's car alarm is going off. Isn't that lovely? Unless someone is actually blowing the horn at me. They know where the door is. They can knock. So now cutting this close. Give it a little pinch. It'll go right back in. You can reshape that. And I'm going to do the same over here on these guys pulling out here. And now off camera, since you know how to do that now off camera, I'm going to glue my eyes on, do my little eyebrows and my nose. Here's a little close-up of the previous one that I made. And for the hair, you're going to take your green yarn and untwist it and get the little, make it nice and, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I can't find my words. Well, there goes the horn again. But anyway, you're going to untangle and make this really, 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 really scraggly. Take a hook and go through the top. Pull that out. And then tie your little scragglies on, or you can wait until it's, you can put it in there in the top of his head like that and then worry about doing this, or take a comb, scraggle it out real good. But yeah, be creative, and I'll be right back to show you mine once mine is complete. Okay, I'm not trying to make this video too long, but here's my almost completed project. I got a little black dot hanging out that's annoying. But anyway, I haven't gotten my hair yet. I'm going to add my hair, and I also forgot the little pupils for the eyes. I normally do this with black felt, but just to save time, I'm just going to use a Sharpie to add 2 little black dots. No, they're not even. No, I don't want them to be. I think imperfection makes everything cute. And add the hair, and we're done. Now if you want to, you can turn this into a Christmas ornament by where you're adding your hair at. Just add a loop up here, tie it, and then hide your knot into his head, and there you go. If you enjoyed doing this and want to see more and want to see me improve, hit the like and subscribe down at the bottom, and if you hit the little bell, then every time I upload a video, then you will get a notification. And I appreciate all the love and support that I've been shown thus far, and I'm going to try my best to continue to improve. So on that note, have a great day and God bless you. Bye! 42 stitches, and I'm gonna go see what the fuss is all about. Why is everybody trying to get in touch with me right quick? And I will be right back for round 21.